Alright guys, and we're going to start this app review off with World Series of Poker Hold'em Legend. Great feature about this application is it is free. It also features online multiplayer via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so you will be able to play against your friends or just complete strangers around the world to see if you're the best poker player out there. It features some of the online celebrities that you see on the computer and on TV all the time during the poker series, which is definitely pretty cool that you get to play against your favorite stars. You also get to pick one of them as your avatar later for free. However, great control schemes is what really makes this application. A lot of poker games out there in the App Store will kill because of the terrible control schemes. They just die, they're awful, they're not fluid to play with. This World Series of Poker Hold'em Legend application is really nice because it has very natural feeling controls. Example, you can tap to bet, double tap to check, you can swipe your cards if you want to throw them away to fold, or you can swipe your chips towards the center if you want to go all in. So, Legend Career is going to be your single-player career. I already actually have a game in progress, which will boot up very quickly. Speaking of quickly, another nice feature about this application is the AI, or the computer you're playing against, act very quickly. A lot of poker games out there will take forever for them to think, but in this one, if they're going to throw their cards away and fold, they do it very quickly, which is awesome, so you don't have to sit there and wait for nothing to happen. Also, if you decide to fold and you don't like the hand that you're given, you can quickly go through it by tapping on the screen, and it'll simulate through the entire process of the hand, and it'll see who won. It's very quick, very convenient for yourself too. Also, if you see right here, there's an exclamation mark that just popped up. You'll see exclamation marks and question marks. That will tell if a computer opponent has a good hand or a bad hand. You can easily turn that off if you want to later somewhere in the options screen. There's his exclamation mark. He's probably going to end up beating me here, but I just want to hurry this process up so you guys can see, and I lose. But I'm still the table leader with chips by about $2,000 right now, which is definitely awesome. So, like I was saying, it has online multiplayer if you want to play against your buddies, but the computer's not too bad either. There are weaker computer players, and you can get to learn those, like a question mark right there. Or there's even some really strong computer players, which will have exclamation marks come up, and you'll be able to actually learn your opponents. Regardless they're only AI, you will be able to learn from the AI and see how they're going to play throughout the hand. Definitely a really cool feature about the application is you're going to be playing with somewhat realistic computer opponents. So, if you're a poker fan, I highly recommend to go check this one out. It's by far one of the best poker games, if not the best poker game I've seen so far in the App Store. Not only is it free, but it also offers some online multiplayer via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so I don't know why you wouldn't go pick it up. It's a great time killer if you ever get bored and just want to play a few hands of poker. That's World Series of Poker Texas Hold'em Champs. And my next app in this review is called Aerox, or something similar to that. I honestly don't have a clue how to pronounce this. But what it is going to be is a Super Monkey Ball mimic. It's very similar to the Super Monkey Ball series that you're familiar with on the iPod Touch and also on the Nintendo consoles, but they have perfected this game by far, I feel. The graphics are amazing. They are fantastic graphics. They look amazing by far. Definitely one of the better graphics I've seen on the device, and also it has some pretty fluid controls. One thing that I've never really liked about Super Monkey Ball is that it is extremely quick-paced, and not in a good way. You're going to tilt your device, and your monkey will just shoot off. This application has fixed that in a sense that it not only configures each time that you start a new level, but also the ball will move at your own speed that you tilt at. It uses the accelerometer to move, and it moves at a pretty steady pace, which is definitely a nice feature because you don't really want to be just shooting through the level and getting lucky by doing sharp maneuvers when you really had no clue where you were going in the first place. As you see right here, this app looks gorgeous. It looks 3D, it looks fantastic, and it looks really nice on such a small device. It looks really good on the iPad too, but apparently if I ever say iPad, my fans go crazy. So it looks good on the iPod and iPhone. Here's a jump. I got to tilt all the way to make it. And I made it. So what's cool about this application, it has some pretty fluid controls you haven't seen in any other application similar. You can hold onto the screen and that will steady the camera so you'll be able to make sharp turns a lot easier. So you don't screw up and fall like I'm about to. So I'll show you guys that right here. I can hold onto the screen and I can just shift my ball instead of having to actually tilt the entire camera. You can also move the camera just by swaying your finger anywhere on the screen at the same time that it's moving. That's what's definitely great about this, is not only does it look good, not only does it play well, but the controls have been perfected from the Super Monkey Ball game, so it's a lot better of a gameplay, and it's not too high of a price. The Super Monkey Ball game started at $10 each. I highly recommend to go pick this one up. This is going to be Aerox. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's probably so wrong. Aerox. If you don't have Super Monkey Ball, you can go check it out, and if you do have Super Monkey Ball and you're a big fan of the game, then definitely make sure you go check this one out because it's a pretty fun play. Alright guys, and my final app in this review is a little bit of an older application, but I cannot tell you how many times each day I still get requested to review this. This is Doodle God, and this is by far one of the most innovative and original and most addicting applications or overall games that I've played to date. What you're going to be doing is starting off with these 4 elements as you see right here, and you create new elements. It seems really boring and it seems educational, but honestly it is addicting. It is so much fun. So by tapping on two elements, you can combine and create new elements. From that, we just created dust, and here's a little quote: ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and it's a proverb. So it just gives you a little bit of a quote every time you do, and in all honesty, it seems really boring, but trying to actually create all 140 elements has got to be one of the most difficult things you can do ever. A lot of it is just tapping and randomly guessing, but it really gets really interesting and you get to have a good time once you do create the new ones. We just created ash. I am ashes were once I was fire. I am ashes where once I was fire. And that was Lord George Gordon Byron. I don't know who the hell you are, but anyway, we created a new element. So as you continue, you'll get little pop-up notifications of newer element categories that you've actually unlocked, and then you can just keep tapping them to try and create new ones. And doesn't look like I'm doing too well right now. Water and air combines to create steam. By means of steam, one can go from California to Japan in 18 days. Townsend Harris. So that's pretty much the entire application. It looks boring, but when you start to play it and you get really addicted to the application because you want to continually create more, you get a really good feeling because you get to learn how everything is actually made around you, which seems boring, seems like schoolwork, but when you're doing it on your own time on your iPod, it's actually pretty fun. So I highly recommend you go check that one out. That is Doodle God. I know it's a little bit of an older application, but everyone has been requesting me to do that one, so I wanted to get it for you guys. Here's the 3 apps that I reviewed for you guys today: World Series of Poker, Aerox, and Doodle God. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those 3. Make sure you go check them out. Have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you later.